bitch.
Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but the Kevin and Zach. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie.
Now we're not look at this. A carved penguin. There it is. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
It's so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed.
Okay.
The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging him? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birch Fish.
How about that?
Birch Fish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
Jacob Stallings. We all saw it coming from a mile away. If you would have told me in March of 2025 who is the Orioles' most dynamic catcher, I would tell you Jacob Stallings. I mean, you know the old saying, fourth man up. First three catchers go on the IL. You actually, no, wait, this is fifth man up? Adley, Handley, Trump, and then Gary technically gets injured. Fifth man up. Fifth man up, they want to intentionally walk Ryan O'Hearn in front of you. The disrespect to Jacob Stallings, who, if you want to just take in a vacuum, July 5th, 2025, All-Star, Jacob freaking Stallings. What's up, everyone? How we feeling? Nice little Saturday night, I guess, dub for the Orioles. No, we're going a little late. Sorry about that. But we had to react to this win. Have to react to this win because the Orioles did something that, in all honesty, they haven't done a lot this year. Fight. They fought. They were punched in the mouth multiple times. They took the lead. Hell, they were down 2-0 in the first inning. And I would be lying to you if after the Braves took a 2-0 lead in the first inning and the Orioles were facing a lefty start or lefty opener, he struck out the first four batters he faced. I thought the O's may be dead in the water at that point. All honesty. They fought back. They were what? It was two. Let's go through the. I'm not going to say box score because it's just the scoring. What would you get? Scoring preview, scoring review. What do they have it under? Scoring summary. Sorry, scoring summary. Riley opens the game with a 2-run homer. Orioles down immediately 2-0. Then, just as we all saw it, I talked about, everyone saw Jacob Stallings coming. Tyler O'Neill, biceps go boom still. Hey, I guess we can confirm one thing. May not always hit the ball. May not always make contact, but when he does, ball go far. Tyler O'Neill, biceps hit ball go far. That's pretty much all you need to know about him. He did his job today. I think it was 445. It's actually right in front of me. I don't know why I said I thought it went somewhere. It literally is in front of my face. I'm now realizing it says 445. Then Jordan Westbrook says, hold my Gatorade. What, 2 batters later? 461 feet. 461 dead center. That's disrespectful to a pitcher. As a pitcher, if you get taken 461 dead center, you almost have to fight the batter while he's rounding the bases. 461 feet dead center. That splash in the water was comical. Like, it was comically large because it was an absolute moonshot. The velocity of that ball into the water and the splash, I mean, you gotta, man, that was, Westy's got some pop, man. It reminded me of his homer against the Boston Red Sox. I think it was last year or 2023. I believe it was 23. Dead center. It was 2023 because it was one of his first home runs. Because his first one was the opposite field against the Phillies, and I think it was his second one. Just absolute bomb versus the Red Sox to tie the game. I believe it was a 3-run shot. This one gives the Orioles the lead. They would give it right back to Matt Olson. Hits one into the chop house. Chop house. Love that they call it the chop house. Colton Cowser, 4th inning, 0-2. I think they're juicing the balls. I was having this conversation yesterday. I think they're juicing the balls again. Because is it me or is there a million home runs over 4th of July weekend? I think they're juicing the balls again. I think we are definitely out of the dead ball era. That's for sure. I mean, the ball was flying today. Everywhere you looked, it was flying yesterday. Colton Cowser, 0-2 pitch. How many 0-2 pitches has Colton Cowser gone long ball on this year? Because it feels like all of his home runs are either first pitch ambush or, oh shit, I'm down 0-2, and then he just finds one. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. O's take a 5-3 lead. Then here came the Braves. Olson single, then Riley double, tie it up, and then bottom of the 6th, they get bases loaded, no outs. I was not going to lie, closed my computer. I was like, oh, this is how we're doing it. I love this. Cowser's 3 on 0-2. I love it. I love it. Orioles only give up 1 on Profar's ground out to the shortstop, make it 5-6, and then it was all Orioles the rest of the way. In the 7th, Jackson Holliday's got the clutch gene. Kid goes out there, he gets a single, scores Cedric Mullins, ties the game 6-6, 10th inning. Something that won't be talked about is Gunnar Henderson. Hey, I get it. We talk about it all the time, and it's easier said than done, and it's not the sexy play. On the stat sheet, it is Gunnar Henderson is not going to get a singular stat for this, but it was a massive moment in the game. He moves the runner over with no outs in the 10th. Infield comes in. Ramon Laureano, ground ball to the drawn-in infield down the line. All of a sudden, Gunner's in. Laureano's on second. They disrespect Jacob Stallings by intentionally walking Ryan O'Hearn to get to the guy. Double down the line. Orioles take 9-6 lead, bring in Yennier Cano, and that's all she wrote, baby. Game over. Before we continue, getting a little bit more, I wanted to bring up a few super chats. Walter, appreciate you. And I couldn't agree with this more. Nothing we do these next 7 games would surprise me. I couldn't agree with you more, Walter. They go in 7 to be 17 games under 500. Wouldn't surprise me. They go 7-0 to be 3 games under and like 4 games out of the wild card at the break. Wouldn't surprise me. This team just they don't know their next move. And it's the most frustrating part about being a fan of this team is they have these stretches of games. They'll go on 4 or 5 straight game win streaks. They'll show you, oh, how like everyone says, like, oh, if their pitching would have just stayed healthy, like the offense could have done something. I hate when they show you that, like they've reached that potential, another 9-run game. And then you just think about early in the season when nobody showed up and they dug themselves such an atrocious hole. It was that 7-game losing streak. If they don't have that 7-game losing streak, they're like, what, 4 games under 500 right now? And they're looking a whole lot better, in a whole lot better shape. But they're not. Damn, the Braves are 39-49 too now. They are not. Geez, I knew they were slumping, but they have fallen off the face of the earth. That was a team a lot of people genuinely thought was going to make a cut. Tim Kirchin, hell, ESPN just talked to us a few weeks ago, last week, that he thought that the Braves are still a team that you can't count out, but they've been falling. Then Walter, again, appreciate you. Our catchers need to wear a hazmat suit instead of catching your hazmat suit with bubble wrap, everything in between. The catcher position right now is like they're like the most dangerous jobs in America, and number one is catching for the Baltimore Orioles. Someone write that down. I have to make a meme out of that and post it on Twitter. Someone write that down in the chat. Someone write that down so I don't forget. Legitimately, I think the Orioles, if Sanchez goes on the IL, I saw the stat, he will be the 4th Orioles catcher currently on the IL. The rest of Major League Baseball, the other 29 teams in the league combined, 5. 5. And David Banuelos is going to come up and it's going to piss people off. There's a very good chance tomorrow, if Gary has to go on the IL, there's a very, very good chance that the Baltimore Orioles catching room is Jacob Stallings and David Banuelos. I saw RDT post about it earlier on Twitter. If we are that desperate, Brandon Hyde was a catcher in the minors, and he's available. I heard he has some time. I know everyone wants it. I do too. I would love for Samuel Basallo to come up, and in a lot of ways, it feels like the baseball gods are cursing the Orioles for not bringing up the young star. But I just would not hurt his development still. He's 20 years old. Like, he's still 20 years old. I know. I think his ceiling, he has one of the highest ceilings of anyone in the league. There's a reason he's a top 10 prospect in baseball. I just don't know if I would rush him. I just don't know if, I still think I'm still not competing in 2025. I understand this team could go on a run. I think we see him end of August or a September call-up when rosters expand. When we get to roster expansions in September, maybe. I think that's when we definitely see him, but it's going to be interesting to see how we navigate until then, because I'll tell you this, when they were thinking about, okay, what's the timeline to bring up Samuel Basallo, I don't think they foresaw that their top 4 catchers were going to be done. And this doesn't just impact the Orioles, by the way. The entire system right now is a rotating door of catchers, because right now, every time a guy goes down at the ML Major League level, you got to bring a guy up from AAA. And when you bring up a guy from AAA, now you got to move up guys from AA and single A to AA. And so there are guys where I think Creed Willems might go on and find himself in AAA this year solely because of injuries at the Major League level, and they have to push so many guys up. He might just go out there and start playing at AAA. I mean, these injuries are adding up. These injuries are adding up. And so are the people viewing this. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button. Kevin and Zach react. Little later. We game ended like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. It happens. We'll still want to hop on and talk about this win. Orioles take game 2 of the 3-game set. So we're talking brooms. We're talking brooms. Opportunity to sweep tomorrow. And listen, I think it's Fuentes is on the mound for the Braves. He has a 9 ERA, if I am not mistaken. Oh, they changed it. Wow. Is it Grant Holmes? Yeah, they're pitching Grant Holmes now. They couldn't let us have our fun. They had to put out enough. But honestly, Trevor Rogers Day. Trevor Rogers Day, baby. Trevor Rogers on the bump. And because I'm talking Trevor Rogers, I got to bring it up. Kyle Stowers, we want to talk about big ball today. Upper deck in Miami. I love to see Kyle Stowers doing his thing. I know people get upset about the trade and everything. I think hopefully Trevor Rogers continues on his pace. He'll maybe we think differently about the trade, but I'm just happy for Kyle Stowers. Legitimately one of the nicest guys that you will ever talk to. Every time we have him on the show, he is just legitimately the nicest human I've ever met. He is a surfer guy through and through. He is just down to earth, just hopes everyone is feeling good and feels appreciated. So absolutely love Kyle Stowers. Could not be happier to watch him doing his thing down in Miami. Even though I do wish, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say no. I don't. I'm glad he didn't. He's not doing that here. I would kill to have Stowers back here, and they'll be back next weekend, right? We have Miami next weekend in Baltimore. Yeah. So the return of Stowers and Norby to Baltimore. That's going to be really cool to watch. But back, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we do got to get back to tonight's game where the Orioles won their second straight. And I put a tweet out earlier. Man, is it it's something to his team is annoying because, man, will they go out there and put 2 losses up against the Rangers that make you say, I'm out. There it is, the final straw. I'm out. I don't want to. I can't give this team. They're just going to find ways to lose. And then as soon as you're out, they bring you right back in. 2 straight. They're back to 10 games under 500. And speaking of back, Kevin Oestreicher is back at the scene of the crime where he ruined the Orioles winning. That's fine. Kevin Oestreicher. Kevin, how we feeling?
Man, they won a series. Can't believe it.
We're talking brooms, Kevin.
It's actually hilarious. Now they have the same record as the Braves. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Really? Yep. I don't know which is, if that's a bigger wow. The Braves are doing a lot worse.
Yeah, the Braves have not been good this year. So
no, but it is funny. So I was watching, because I'm in Ohio, I was watching the Braves cast, their broadcast, and they were talking. They were like, it makes no sense. They're like, the Orioles have a negative 89 run differential, and the Braves are +8, and they're about to have the same record. Like they were just. There was some copage going. Like they just kept going over and over. They're like, if you're the Braves, you have to be so frustrated. At least the Orioles, you earned your record. I'm like, buddy, we're both sitting in horrible spots. I was like, we are just 2 teams with superstar talent who are shitting the bed this year.
Yeah. Well, at least it's good to know that we're not alone in this struggle.
Literally. Although I feel, honestly, that's how I found out the Orioles have had 18 losses this year, 5 or more runs. And I was like, oh, fantastic.
Yeah, this is
that thing where it's like sensational.
It's the new cardiac kids, or the extra inning eaters. That's what I'll call them, the extra inning eaters. And it's not like they win by 1 run too. They win by 3 runs in the extras, which is hilarious.
They can't. They're never just going to win by 1 in extras. They have to pile on. And honestly, it might be hell though. They scored 3 runs in extras in Texas and they almost lost. Like they tried to find a way to lose that one.
Yeah. I think the funny thing too. Actually, this isn't funny. It's more so impressive, like good, is that there's always a play you can point back to in those extra inning games where you're like, oh man, if that had gone through, the Braves would have won the game, and that was the relay to home.
Yeah.
And Gary Sanchez, shout out for just not messing it up. But that's it, right?
Then he gets injured on that. Then he got injured on that.
I know,
so it's
I know. Like, but it saves a run, and they tie the game, but then they'll take the lead, and then you're able to take the game in extras because of that. I mean, it's big games like that, so or big moments in games.
It's little things that this team, Kevin. How many times have we sat here? And hell, let's use the exact same example. On a relay, have we sat here and said that's the difference? A bad relay is the difference in the game. Here we are saying good relay is the difference in the game. And that's what's been so frustrating about this season as a whole is they've had the opportunities to win these games. Like they've had chances. Like it's not like all of these are just them like being completely outmatched. It's come down to a singular play here and there. Like it's come down to, if we would have just stopped that relay. If we would have instead, cut off a relay. So instead of the guy staying at first and having, guy on first, no outs, we get guy on second, no outs. And instead of getting a double play, now all of a sudden a single and you get another run. So
this team is so weird. It's just such a weird team.
It is.
And again, like I guarantee you this is gonna happen. I guarantee you this is gonna happen for the rest of the month. They're gonna go on some mini run and get to like 5 games under or 6 games under, like just hover around anywhere from 4 to 6 under, and then we're gonna get to the trade deadline, and they're gonna be by. I'm calling it right now.
That would be the most frustrating thing we could have happen. Like genuinely.
You were talking before I got on when I was in the back waiting, and you said that right when you're out and you're finally like, all right, like I'm done with this team, like there's just too much. They pull you right back, and they've done that like 5 times this season. First of all, which is like hilarious. Also not because that to me, like you said, is what's frustrating the most. Where it's just like if you're gonna be bad, just be really bad. Like because also with the way that the draft pick lottery works now. I mean, if you're Rockies bad, you're not getting the number 1 pick. But also, if you're like hovering around 500-ish, but like you're not like the 3rd or 4th worst team, but you're also like just outside the wild card. Like you're not. Because it's I hate that. Like I either win. This is what I say: win the championship or just be horrendously bad. Do not tease me all season and be like, oh, we're good. No, we're bad. Oh, we're good. No, we're bad. Like,
that's what's been frustrating is it's been just back and forth, up and down. In 2 horrific losses to the Rangers after you get a great win to start the series. And Kevin, I'll say this win made me happy because I was totally expecting them to come out here and do what they did last series and just kind of win the first one. And you're like, nice, just find a way to win the series. And then the next 2, they're done. And when they went down 2-0, I was like, of course. Of course.
But that's the thing where, like, if they had done that, and I'm sure you talked about this before I got on at some point, but like if they had done that, then I mean they would be like 8 under at the minimum, and then they'd be in an even better spot. But it just feels like they get to this point and they just can't get below like 9 or 8 under. Like they just can't do it. It balloons back up to 12, and then you're just hovering. So tomorrow's a huge game, by the way, like absolutely massive, because if you remember, about a week ago, we had said, all right, what is your ideal road trip record? And we both said 4-2. And then they lost 2 or 3 to the Rangers, and we came on here and said, man, they're going to have to get the brooms out.
Yeah.
And they have an opportunity to get the brooms out. So 3-3 does you no good because you're back to where you were, and you waste 6 more games as an opportunity to get back into things. It's 4-2. You actually get somewhere. So,
And can I just say, I'm so done with this team when we set a goal, hitting that in the dumbest way possible. Because remember hey, just need to go 4-2 in this road trip to Seattle and Sacramento, sweep the red hot Mariners, lose 2 of 3 to the Athletics. Like, it's just, of course. Like, it would be win the first game, you're like, awesome. Lose the next 2 to Texas, you're like, screw this, it's over. Go into Atlanta. Like, it would be the most Baltimore Orioles thing of all time.
Yeah, it is so funny, and it's like all you can do is laugh. Funny. I think that's it.
And I love this point ball. They're 24-16 in their last 40. This is what the team playing like we expected to play. Like an 8, like this would get them. I don't even know what a 24-16 pace would get you over. So let's think about this. Not going to think about that. I tried to do simple math in my head. I was going to time this by 4. So 24. Oh, so it would put you at 96 wins. This is a 96 and a half win pace. Yeah. Great quick math there. Okay, I'll say it. I was waiting for the chat or someone to be like, "Oh my God, Zach, that was incredible!"
Look at you go.
Thank you. I try. But yeah, this is about half of those losses. Yeah, were ones where you sit there and they probably. I'm not going to give them too much credit. They of the 24-16, they probably could be 28-12. Like that, and could you imagine?
I mean, I wish I could imagine.
Thank you.
Hold on, Zach. I got you. Man,
I don't know why I was expecting you to have. I didn't know why I was expecting you to have a sound effect there. What is he about to do?
No, although I actually am getting a soundboard, and I'm getting the duo. I don't need the pro, so I need to. I wonder what sounds I'll put on there.
We gotta put something funny on there.
I know. We need to. Maybe I'll make our own outro music. We can hit the music too.
Kevin typed it. We all watched Kevin type it. It wasn't.
Are we sure it was me though? Are we sure? Are we sure?
Brian, I'm in. 39-49. They'd have to go. What is that? 21-11. I mean, yes, that is a 666 win pace. Great math there as well, but that's doable. Once again, this is playing at a 666, a little bit over win pace.
Yeah. Zach, why are you typing to yourself, man?
This is not even. The gaslighting continues, Steve. This is what. Oh my gosh, here it is. Look at he was already there. He already knew before I even said it. He knew before I even said it. Here we go.
Zach, I like your self-confidence.
You know what's funny? O's win 4. We'll go 4-2, and that's because it's the Orioles.
It is the stupidest losses and the stupidest wins.
Like if you were to tell me they have White Sox and Rockies back to back, I'd be like 3-3. You tell me they got 2 world beaters, so the top teams, hottest teams in baseball coming in.
Do they play the White Sox again? No, they don't. They don't.
But we do play the Rockies. We play the Rockies at home.
They're going to lose that series, and they're going to sweep the Cubs.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Oh, man. All right. You want to get to some call-ins?
Yeah, let's get to some call-ins.
Yeah, we'll do some quicker ones. I know, Zach, you have somewhere to be.
Yeah, so we'll do. I don't know.
It's a math competition.
Yeah, apparently this is. Apparently, I didn't realize.
He's going to a late night math competition. All right, so we'll do 3 minutes. Feels like a good amount of time. We did all right.
Yeah.
So we did ripples last night. Do we want to? Night owl should be for.
You start giving people PTSD by going off of their alarm.
I know. I feel like I have to be careful. I feel like I have to manifest not picking someone's alarm, and I'm not gonna pick my alarm. I would.
No, yeah. White Sox do come to Baltimore because we play every team outside the division. We get for one series each time, and then National League we play everyone once.
When do they come to Baltimore?
Or did they? Yeah.
Because we go to Chicago. They already came to Baltimore.
Yeah, so then they would go to.
Okay, it's late September.
All right.
Yeah, because that was Kobe Mayo, and then everyone was the fans were cheering for Kobe Mayo.
Oh yeah, that was where he did the.
Yeah, he tried to.
He tried to get the and one.
Kobe lives for drugs. Kobe's awesome. By the way, hashtag play Kobe Mayo, please.
I'm getting pissed off about it. I'm getting so pissed off about it. That's a whole nother discussion.
It's ridiculous.
It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Let me find the what's this? That's just the norm. Is that
that's everyone's? I feel like that's everyone's thing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm causing a lot of people to cringe right now. All right, what about this one?
All right, I can do that. I can get behind that.
Okay, I mean, is it only one?
That's it?
I guess. All right, I guess we'll just do the one, see what happens. All right, yeah. Well, I mean, we switch it up, so why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? So let's head into our first call. We got Steve behind the scenes. Steve, what's up, my man? Yep, there he is.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was coming. I'm not even going to argue with you this time. I'm not even.
It's ridiculous. I'm glad people are finally seeing this.
Hey Zach, you and I were on the same wavelength just a few minutes ago.
It was. I was like, Steve, this is what we're talking about. Like, he denies it and then does this stuff. It's crazy.
I'm going to say this. Give credit to Dean. He battled through 4 1/3.
Yep.
But Westy, excuse me?
That ball off the bat, I was like, this is a joke. I didn't even know they had. I saw someone put in the comments. That's how I found out that they even have water up there in center field. Didn't know it until there was a splash. I was like, damn.
It's like a fountain in center field in front of the batter's eye.
Yeah, the guy's pretty good.
But
he's a pretty good player.
O'Neill went 445, Westy went 461, and Kowser was 426.
No cheap shots today. No wall scrapers.
Absolutely.
No wall scrapers.
Jacob Stallings, excuse me? I wasn't aware of your game, boy.
I can't believe it.
I'm happy for the
we all saw coming.
Yeah, I'm happy for the one game they have him now before he gets injured.
All I'm going to say is finish the sweep tomorrow. Play Kobe Mayo tomorrow.
Please. Yep.
And let's go home. And I'm going to go bold. Let's go home and sweep a homestand.
Let's go. Let's finish 10. Hey, what would that be? A 9-game win streak to end the.
Yeah, it'd be a 9-game win streak.
4 games under 500.
I mean, what was it? A 6-game win streak earlier this season?
Yep. Hey, the 7-game losing streaks would put, me and Kevin keep talking about it. They got the 7-game losing streak that put them behind the 8 ball. Then they got that 6-game win streak, and then they've been kind of hovering around since. Now it's time. Let's go another one, and then we can hover around 3 to 4 games under, go on another, and then we can take off.
And before I go, I'm going to say this. I was doing the quick math for Rogers. Pitching tomorrow, Off day Monday, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If everything goes
Saturday.
right, Rogers starts Saturday against Miami.
There it is.
Revenge.
Rogers.
Oh.
Rogers striking out Stowers and Norby. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Man.
But I would not be surprised Friday night if those two got massive ovations from the Oriole crowd.
They deserve every bit of it. I hope they do.
100%. 100%.
But I'm off to bed. Hopefully talk tomorrow afternoon after a sweep.
Yes.
Let's do it, Steve. Let's get the
Boom.
brooms ready. We'll catch you next time. Appreciate
you, man.
Awesome. Next up, we got our guy. Go keep it moving. Breaking Glenjamin. How's it going?
What's going on, man?
How's it going, guys?
Feeling better after that game.
Well.
Yeah, dude, not too bad over here too. I was just calling in tonight, say those home runs were awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm just chilling out in downtown Annapolis tonight because there's no game in Baltimore, but the boys are coming back against the Mets.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun series. Mets are taking care of business in New York right now against the Yankees, too. I mean, that's going to be a fun series.
Yeah, they are. And I think one of the nights is a Hawaiian shirt giveaway. Those are always good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we got two Hawaiian shirt giveaways.
Yeah, the shirt is good. The shirt looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, they just started that this year. They're doing same Hawaiian shirt 2 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the schedule, looking at the numbers and stuff. And I figure, with the 3 wild card spots, if the O's win 87 games, they got a pretty good chance to get in there.
Yeah.
But that's like they would need to go, 48 and then 26, something like that.
Yeah, around that.
and that that's a pretty good run, but they could do it.
Yeah.
But them playing against the Braves, there was a time where I was living outside of Baltimore. I was living down in the North Atlanta area for about 10 years. And so I wanted to share a story.
Yeah.
So, baseball story. So, back in the 90s, back in the 2000s, like ticket reselling was kind of like a tumultuous kind of gray kind of area. And, sitcoms back then, there would be like TV stories about episodes where, somebody would try to buy tickets on the street, then they'd get put in jail for the night. And so that actually used to be a thing. But then the internet kind of changed that, and the laws eventually catched up to where, StubHub, SeatGeek, whatever, eBay, and all that stuff. But there was a time when StubHub came out, there was a delay before Major League Baseball actually did anything about it. So back in like 2012, I would get these tickets on StubHub to Turner Field to go see the Braves. And the day of the game, the afternoon of the game, the tickets would get down to 1 cent. And there was like no minimum price. There'd still be a minimum order fee, but even after the fees and stuff, when the tickets are only 1 cent, you could get like 7 tickets for $10 total. And so I'd pile all my friends into my SUV that had 7 people, $10 for parking. We'd get like a couple pizzas and everything, go to the game. Everybody's having a night with tailgating, drinks, food, the game, and everything. And we're talking everybody was paying maybe $12 or $13 each to go to the baseball game, sit in the upper deck, just hang out and have a great time. And no matter what happens this season, that's what it's all about. It's about going to the games, having fun and everything, cheering for the team, and whatever happens, happens. But any day at the yard is a better day than not at the yard.
Yeah,
so,
I love
Birdland,
that.
keep the faith. Keep the faith. The boys are coming back.
I love it.
I think there might be some magic left this year.
Hey,
I love it.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate
See y'all next week, guys.
Have a great one.
All right.
That was an awesome story. And he's right. It's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Kevin, how many times did I say it's like, I can be as mad at this team, as annoyed at this team as ever. I'm going to tune in every single day at 6:35, hoping for a win.
It doesn't make the losing any less frustrating. It doesn't make, everything that's happened this year in a negative way. It doesn't take away from that. But I mean, look, you only get 162 of these, and obviously only 81 at home. So you want to enjoy it while you can, because we'll be in, whether it's October, November, and it'll all be gone, and you have to wait until April. So
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy it while you can, even when it's not going great. Let's move on to our next caller. She knows who she is. We got Laura. Laura, how we doing?
What's going on, Laura?
I mean, I'm glad the guys won tonight and everything else. And again, I want to apologize for being bitchy about a show because I'm supposed to be asleep by now.
Laura, you know what? That's on us. Hand up, that's on us, Laura.
Because again, early game. I'm expecting an early show, and I'm like,
I know.
yeah,
We
I'm gonna
were
get
both
to
caught up.
bed
I was
at
at
like
dinner for
10
3
o'clock
hours.
tonight.
I know.
Yeah, the Orioles. We were on pace to have a normal show up until the Orioles and Braves decided to play a 3-hour game, and I was like, I looked over at the clock, and it was like 5:15, and we were going into the fourth inning, and I was like, I don't think. I was like sitting there looking. I was like,
They
I
played the
don't know.
shortest games ever or the longest game ever. There was
No in
No
between.
in between.
There's no in between.
They never.
So as you can see, I'm like already like in my nightgown and everything
I love
else.
it.
So
That's what Kevin sleeps in. Kevin's his t-shirt. What he sleeps in.
in a button-down shirt. I sleep in.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
you were
could.
telling. Okay. Was that in confidence?
Oh yeah. How'd you guess? Yeah, I throw on the blazer and everything. Yeah. How'd you know?
I mean, you played baseball and ran cross country in khakis, but
Yeah. All
that's where
right.
you're drawing
Correct.
the line.
Khaki,
Okay.
why do you
He's
think
like-
you have the name Khaki Kevin? Hello.
He's like, I'll run cross country in khakis, but don't ever accuse me of sleeping in a buttoned shirt.
Yeah,
He's
and a
like,
button
don't you
down
ever.
suit. Yeah. I put on a tie and everything. Yeah.
This is Kevin in a nightgown and like one of those like Scrooge
Oh,
hats.
you get the candle.
Oh,
and walk
nightcap.
around the house with the candle, right? Yeah.
I'm picturing Kevin during like a power outage, walking around the house trying to find stuff with his little candle.
With the little candle.
Oh my god.
He does. No one even knows how he acquired it. He just has them on deck in case.
You never know.
So, so very, again, very proud of the guys. Yes, I understand we have a catching problem. That does not mean that we need to bring Paseo up early. Just because we're having a catching problem. And I'm pretty sure Manzolino said that. He's like, just because we have a catching problem doesn't mean we're going to rush our prospects up early. We will figure it out. So there are some catchers that are at home sitting on a couch that want to come back and sign.
The offense.
Something.
You want to know one who is? You want to
Who?
know one who is? Brandon Hyde.
Yeah, I said it. Brandon Hyde. Bring him. He was a catcher.
That ain't right.
He was a catcher.
Right,
I heard he's still in the area. Yeah.
I mean, can we get James McCann out of whatever thing he signed with whomever he signed with after they let him go?
He hit a homer in Arizona a couple nights ago, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he's batting. I looked at it today because he hit an RBI double. He's batting 400 in Arizona.
Yeah, of course he is.
Glad we didn't bring him back. Glad we don't have that. Glad we don't have that guy who was hit with 100 miles an hour to the face and told him keep me in the damn game with his entire face broken.
Correct.
Let's not bring that guy anywhere back to the team. I would hate for those vibes to be here.
And I'm not saying the rest of our catchers are soft, but
No.
I'm saying they're a little soft.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
One of the wildest injuries.
Maverick Handley doing a helicopter was that was not on my. I did not see that coming.
So, so there's this old kind of 70s, 80s funk song by, I think it was by Confunction in Parliament called Flashlight. We need to change it and change the lyrics to Gaslight.
I'm glad everyone's understands what goes on behind the scenes here.
But I have to admit, Kevin is very subtle with it, and you
I
wouldn't
know.
He
think
is.
that he would be like that. You would think Kevin is all so cute and sweet, and no, Kevin bites back.
Yeah.
This
So
is crazy. And then he just hits this with
Zach, you don't
wow.
have to do that, man.
This is unreal.
We already get
This is
you agree. We
unreal.
already get you agree.
This is unbelievable. The gaslighting that occurs on this show is disrespectful at an all-time level.
It keeps everyone's mind sharp because you got to figure out who's right and who's wrong. And
correct,
I'm always right. So
because you always got to go. I'm sorry. What did he say?
Yep.
exactly.
It's all good, guys. It's all good. So that was it. So it's just I've officially started nursing. I'm a nursing extern now.
Oh,
Ooh.
congratulations.
So I'm working those 12-hour days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So if you don't see me around, or if you see me just in the chat and I say I'm way too tired to call in tonight, that's why. But I hopefully will be back to do call-ins on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays when I'm off. Some
Okay.
Saturdays, it depends because I still have clinicals on Saturdays. So I'm technically in the hospital 4 days a week. So
Well,
That-
glad
Well,
you
you know
I'm
what?
living the dream.
Yeah,
I was
glad
gonna
you're
say.
staying busy. Glad you got everything going for you now. I mean, look, it feels like we went through the process with you. Gave us updates the whole way through, and
Yes, you guys
now
are in
you're
nursing
here.
school with me.
Exactly. Now you're here. Now I'm just waiting on my money.
It's-
So
Wait, no, your money. Excuse me.
I'm waiting on that paycheck for my support. So,
Okay. Mr. Gold Digger. Okay.
man.
It's what he does. He had
he's
to
in
take
here.
a break from gaslighting
Yes, he
to
takes a break
gold
from
dig.
glass lighting to gold digging.
It's
Okay.
unbelievable. This kid.
Man of many talents.
You can't take him anywhere. I'm telling you, you just can't take this kid anywhere.
All right.
Oh,
So
man.
right now the O's are undetermined.
Undetermined. All right.
I mean, if they wind up sweeping tomorrow, then I mean, depending on what time you do the show, I may or may not have my T-shirt on. Because if I'm still at the hospital, I won't have my T-shirt on. But if you do it
You know,
later, after say 7:30, hint hint, then I'll have my T-shirt on because I'll be home.
Yeah.
We'll
man,
see what we can make
hopefully-
happen, Laura.
Can maybe just
Okay.
play a normal game for once.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
could-
Casey, we're gonna go to bed now.
All right,
guys, I
Laura.
gotta get to sleep. 5
Yep.
a.m. comes early.
Yes,
I
it
gotta be at
does.
the hospital at 6:45.
Woo. All right.
You
Well,
have fun with
appreciate you. Have a good day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the chat
Yeah,
is
look at all
very
this.
excited
Look at all
for
this,
you.
dude.
So,
Thank you.
Laura, you
Yay.
try to sleep as much as you can,
Yeah.
and hopefully we talk tomorrow. Appreciate you.
They're
Appreciate
starting to
you,
know me on a first name basis at the Dunkin'. I'll just say that.
Boom.
I love it. I
Love
love it. You have a great one, Laura. Gosh, that's what that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But let's head into our final call-in of the night. We got Stephen behind the scenes. Stephen, what's up, my man?
What's going on, Steven?
An Orioles series victory
Didn't think I'd see the day.
I thought it would never happen. I thought we'd go
in
series.
Atlanta, of all places. In Atlanta, it's
Just how we
it's
drew
a
it
good-
up.
I know, right? You know, we had Jacob the Jacob Stallings legacy game.
Just how we drew it up. Just how we drew it up. I still can't. I'm speechless. And
O's
especially
on their
from-
fifth catcher of the year, baby. Oh God!
Oh, it's something. It's been a ride.
It's how many catchers can we go through in a year? Well, the Orioles are about to find out. Ugh.
Man, but you know what? This is you didn't see it coming, and that's why it's so Orioles this year. Because you didn't see it coming. Every time you expect them to do one thing, they do the opposite. Just simply how they do it.
They want to go left, instead they go up. You know, it's a win's a win, we'll take it, but it wasn't pretty.
They rarely are. Sometimes, but they rarely are. And now you got to focus on man. If they go on a little run here, what are they going to do at the deadline? That's my next question.
Yeah, I mean that is the $1 million question. You want to extend O'Hearn, you want to keep Mullins around, you want to keep Batista around, of course, all these guys. But if you can get something for them, like I don't think you're going to get anything in like what the Pirates are offering. Because they said everybody's on the table, and I'm like, oh, then Bubba Chandler's available. Please get him to Baltimore. But then my question becomes, can we do anything with him? It's like if we get any of these prospects back, my question goes back to coaches. Like, can we successfully graduate these guys from the minor leagues to the big leagues anymore? Because the only people we've really successfully done that with is Gunnar Henderson, and he's turned out to be what? He's hitting a solid 280, but
Yeah.
we weren't promised like a superstar, but at the same time, everybody was talking him up like he is one. And I'm just 280 solid. He's not, any closer to say a Freddie Freeman territory like I was thinking, but I'll take a 280, but it's still just like, dude, where'd that power go? Like, I want to see, just like 10 more home runs, please. And I'm not talking about this. It's
Yeah, it's one thing to hit two.
To bat is what I was promised, in short.
Yeah, it's one thing to hit 280 and be at 23, 24 homers at this point, but getting to 275 with 10 home runs, 29 RBIs at this point in the season from your quote unquote superstar, you're hoping for more. You're hoping for 5, 6 more homers at least, and probably 15, 20 more RBIs at least. I mean, Gunnar on pace to have, I would assume, under 50 RBIs, which is not, I mean, you want to talk about things that cannot happen. If you're going to win and be a good team as your superstar, cannot have 29 RBIs, 90 games into the season like we are?
Yeah.
A quote that does not get used enough around here is your stars have to be stars.
True.
Yeah.
It's you come out of a rebuild and you are hoping for more than just two pieces you can hang your hat on and go, oh yeah, this is it. The other one, you could argue between Westberg and Kauser for that second one. So I'm going to leave it at 2.5, but Westberg keeps getting hurt. So I'm going to leave him at 1/2 right now until he can show it's like, hey, I don't get hit by the breeze and get knocked out for months.
Yeah, every slide. I mean, I'm glad they're telling him to slide feet first, because I can't have any more jam feet, especially when Westy comes back 3 hits yesterday, comes out 461 feet for the lead today. It's like, just please stay healthy, because we do so much better when you're here.
Right.
Oh, of course. I think it's same for Kauser too, but controversial opinion here. If you were to trade one, in my opinion, I would trade Kauser because I think he could get you a better pitcher, quality of pitcher, just based on the position he plays.
Yeah,
so
I think definitely there would be. I don't think they would trade either, but I think if you had to pick one, I would definitely keep Westberg, just because he's shown you that ability to kind of be that glue for this team. And, in the lineup, he and Adley, we always talk about, this team goes as far as Adley goes, it goes as far as Westberg goes. And when he is on, he has been on. So hopefully we can, keep him healthy, because you're right. When he's, it sucks with all the injuries he's dealt with, but if he can stay on the field, he truly is the best out there, and has been so solid for this team.
Consistency matters. And I think that's what's happening with Gunnar a little bit, is he's showing that he can spray it a little all over the field now.
Yeah.
I think that's where that power is starting to go a little bit. But even though I'd like it to be more even keel when it comes to that, it's just, I'll take spraying it all over the field, but, be a little bit better of a middle of the order bat, and we're kind of like, hey, our stars are starting to get there. It's still early in their development, but we're also far along in our rebuild.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just wondering, we kind of lost this year. We
Mhm.
don't have an in-house developed relief pitcher as of yet. But again, we're this far into the rebuild that I think kind of surprised even our own organization as how quick it kind of gestated and popped into being.
Mhm.
Which is I think a good / bad problem to have. But
Yeah. I think
it's
they jumped up really quickly. And like you said, I think it surprised some people. Genuinely. I think 2023, they were expecting to compete for a wild card, maybe make a move here or there, just take that step. Suddenly you win 101 games. Then the next year, yes, you took a quote unquote step back. You still won 90 some, and then
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like all of a sudden you feel like you have to make moves. You are still in the development stage with some guys and you are far along, you're far along with guys like Gunnar and Adley, but Westberg, Cows, or some of these guys, it's something where you're like, damn, you have to, these guys need to also get their reps in. Kobe Mayo, those guys, but it's gonna be interesting to see. I agree with what you said, Steven. It will be, this year maybe in the win column is lost, but development wise is where it's so important. But Steven, appreciate you calling in, my man.
Appreciate
And
you, Steven.
glad to always talk to you after a win, hoping to do it a little bit more. Appreciate you as always, Steven. We'll catch you next time.
Appreciate you, man.
Go O's, baby.
Go O's, baby. Appreciate you. And appreciate everyone who's tuning in. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Kevin and Zach React, we go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. Post-game destination, as someone likes to say. But Kevin, you got anything else?
No, man. I just go 3-3 in the weirdest way tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or 4-2. Don't go 3-3. Never mind.
Yeah. Go 4-2. Go 4-2. Find a way at all times.
I've canceled an extra loss, but I feel like I should get grace for that because they've lost so much this season. So
it feels like it. It feels like
sweep
it.
the series. Go sweep.
Let's
the series.
talk Brooms. Let's talk Brooms tomorrow. And we'll be back tomorrow. What time is the game? I saw people talking about it. Is it a 12 o'clock game tomorrow?
Oh my god. I'm gonna be driving back.
What time?
Orioles game. It is at 11:30.
We're the Roku game. We're the 11:35 game. We're playing at 11:30. Oh my gosh. We are playing at 11:30 a.m. Gee.
I'm gonna be driving back.
We're gonna get the. Oh my gosh. So see you all bright and early tomorrow. We will see.
Are you driving back too tomorrow?
No, I'm not. So I'll be here. I'll be here.
We'll be there. All right. Okay. So
yeah, we'll be good.
I'll be in the walls of the post game.
Yeah, we'll be in the walls. Ken will be in the walls, but we'll be live after the game. We will see you all bright and early. You will
too early.
Kevin, that's like Kevin's midnight. They're playing
I'm getting up at like 8 tomorrow or 8:45 tomorrow. I'm so done.
You got your locked on stuff done? Are you hitting the hay soon, or you still got a night ahead of you?
I'm making a short for Locked On Ravens, posting that, and then I'm going to bed. Actually, I might order my lights. I'm not sure, but I need
Kevin Ostreicher versus sleep schedule.
Dude, I was in bed by 3:30 last night. That's huge. So now we're trying to get even better than that tonight. My goal for tonight, 1:30 a.m.
There you go. I just need to edit a short and then head to bed, and you're like giving yourself 2.5 hours. You're like, yeah, probably 1:30.
Because I already know what's about to happen.
I love it. Well, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Talk about the Orioles versus the Braves. Game 3, Orioles looking for the sweep. We'll be back bright and early, 11:35 a.m. game, and we'll see you afterwards for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. All of pretty good legend, Darren O'Day.
Oh, shout out. You know what? I'm going to go Braves legend, Evan Phillips.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a